Today is a handyman day. What does that mean? Small project that is something that probably needs to be done on everybody's house. I don't know how many times I go to someone's house and the sliding glass door or screen door to their backyard is just all messed up. It's either off the tracks or it's like grinding back and forth. It doesn't latch correctly. This customer here, he's got that situation going on and asked me if I could come take a look at it, and I said sure, I'll be right over. Hey, this is the sliding glass door. I'm gonna do a couple things today. One is adjust and lubricate the main door, and also have to clean, lubricate, and adjust the screen door. One of the symptoms that they're having is that they have to slam this door in order to get it to latch, and it's just because the wheels are out of alignment. As right now you can see there's a gap there, and that gap is already closed here and is tight at the top. So the door is, this is an exaggerated look, it's kind of downhill, so we're going to bring this up and so it closes evenly. On this door, this is a cap for the rear adjustment. There's two wheels underneath here, and this one here was missing the cap, and there's two wheels here. So what I'm going to do is turn this. There's a Phillips head screw in there. I don't know if that shows up on camera. There it is. It's kind of offset from the hole. I'm going to turn that screw and raise the front of this door up. So while I'm adjusting this screw, I'm just looking at that gap. That did quite a bit right there. One more turn, and that's it. That's all it took, is like one turn with the screwdriver. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to actually put a slight gap there. So you can see that gap goes all the way up. Actually, it does thin out a little bit here. It's much better. So I'll give another quarter turn, and that gap will be completely uniform the whole way down. That's it right there. Boom. Next thing I'm going to do is clean the track that the wheels ride on with WD-40's Specialist Industrial Strength Cleaner and Degreaser. This is just going to clean off any gummed up, dirty lubricant that's been put on this over the years. Now there's this rear bumper stop here. I'm going to take that off so that I can still clean 100% of the track that the wheels roll. Yummy. Now to lubricate the wheels and this track, I'm going to use the WD-40 Specialist Water Resistant Silicone Lubricant. Get that in here. Oh. There they are. Now this is our actually look like they're brass wheels. Oh, here's a side note. Wanted to show you guys something. I'm going to talk about this here. This product over wood and what you can expect. Well, there's no secret. This is what you can expect. It's kind of supposed to reduce the amount of maintenance and make it look like a composite. But it's, this is what it looks like after a few years. First thing I'm going to do is clean up the track that these wheels have to slide on. Now again, I'm using the WD-40 Specialist Industrial Strength Cleaner and Degreaser. Cleaned and not so cleaned. So the symptoms that they were having was the door kept popping off the track, scraping. So I'm going to show you the adjustments that are on this screen door, and they're very common on all screen doors, newer and older. This one here, you can see that this screw is a little loose. I'll have to take a look, and we'll lube up those wheels and make sure everything's adjusted to the right opening size. These wheels are on a little bit of a piece of spring steel right here, and they can eventually get just sagged up into this frame here. So all you got to do is just give them a little bend, bring them back out. Sometimes this will get corroded and just snap right off. You can get replacements that look just like this. You can probably get them online now or at your hardware store. Here's a better example of one that's a little bit more corroded. So I have to be a little bit gentle when bending this thing out. You can see this is supposed to go way up in this channel up in here, and it's sagging out and dragging on the side of the wheel. This one here doesn't look too bad, but there's a lot of resistance on this thing. Now before I put this in and do the final adjustments, I'm going to lubricate these wheels. These are actually decent wheels. Sometimes they come with plastic wheels and they will break off and you have to replace them. Wow. Thing's still spinning. We're still dragging a little bit right here. For some reason the door is just a little tweaked. So I'm going to use that lubricant again and lube the inside of this track as well as the outside part of this door. I'll just lube up the whole thing. So what about this deck? Well, what's worse than the deck is the grating. I'm not sure if the grating will show up on camera or not, but that's uphill and it slopes towards the house. So I got you pointed under the deck. Let me see if I can get my finger over here. This is the foundation. You can clearly see there's a major hole there. You can even see the damp proofing exposed where the ground has settled. So this deck is going to get largely disassembled. The railing's coming off, the deck boards are coming off. Got to bring in fill dirt. Fill dirt to, let me get my finger in here, put all up against the house to get the water to flow away. Got to build this up, compact it, and get that water going away from the house. Right underneath the door there. Get you the water flowing away from the house. And then all new composite decking. If there is any rot, like where these came in contact with the ground, we'll replace these. But in general, if you live in a relatively dry climate, your joists, if they were pressure treated, will be just fine. And this one here is kind of interesting. The only concern I have right now is that these posts aren't supposed to be in the ground. I don't think they are. I got a feeling they're sitting on top of a piece of concrete, concrete caisson. Ugh. And if they're not, well, then there's a lifespan of posts that go in the ground. And around here, well, it could be 8 years, 10 years. All decks built here, the posts have to be on a pedestal up off of the footer. So that's something else I have to dive into when it comes time to building this thing. But just looking at it, the joists look pretty decent. The beam, I never build decks like this. The only thing holding this deck up are 4 carriage bolts. That's it. I always put my beam on top of a 6x6 post. A 6x6 post. A lot of times I'll put 2 2x6s, 2x8s together and notch out the 6x6 so that they are resting into a notch and bolted to the post. So it may, once I get this torn apart, it may be worth it just to start over and build something that's going to last a lot longer. There's also talk of a roof going on this, so that's something else to consider. A roof, and definitely use 6x6 posts when I build a roof.